Why is Hex better than Bitcoin? Well, first of all, it's the fundamentals of the code. The fundamentals of the code are better than Bitcoin's fundamentals. The inflation model is better than Bitcoin's inflation model. The staking feature is better than a mining feature. It's new tech versus old tech. It's decentralized versus centralized. Yes, all of those things. Welcome, my friends, crypto pirates. Ahoy to you. Welcome to Chatting with the Captain. I am the Captain, your Captain RG3, bringing you another show with somebody doing something on PulseChain. Now, let me get something straight with some of you first. So PulseChain is a blockchain created by Richard Hart. It's a fork of Ethereum, and there's things built on it. There's all of the system state of Ethereum was brought over and put on PulseChain. So if you had any Ethereum tokens, any ERC tokens, ERC20 tokens, they are now PRC20 tokens, and you have free copies of them over on PulseChain. Now, here's a disclaimer to everybody. PulseChain is a new chain. So far, it's been up and running, doing beautiful, no problems, no issues. Has all the upgrades that Ethereum gets, and been running flawlessly. There's some good project on it. There's some meme tokens all over it. There's pump and dumps because of that. All these groups out there yelling, screaming, this token's the best, that token's the best. They're all just meme token, guys. Just like everything that was brought over from system state. It's what do you call it? The Wild Wild West now. So anybody can hype you up to buy anything. Now, all the things that have utility eventually will have utility and be valuable if you value the PulseChain. If you think that PulseChain is going to be better than Ethereum, help out Ethereum, take some of the load, whatever, then your utility tokens that exist on Ethereum will be good over here eventually. So that's where we're at. We're at the bottom of a bear market. Everybody's scrimping, scraping, scrapping, trying to get people to buy this and buy that and buy the other thing for utility be damned. Meme tokens where it's at, NFTs are where it's at, all that good stuff. And that's fine. If you choose to participate in that, good luck on you, and but be careful. The utility tokens, same thing. You're going to see them get hyped up. People are going to buy them. It's going to go crazy, and then they're going to dump. Big wallets are going to get there, take their share, blah, blah, blah. We're in a bear market, folks. You got to understand that it's like, have you ever seen a desert oasis and all the animals are drinking in the desert oasis, and you got the crocodiles in it, and you got the freaking, wildebeests over here. You got the lions and tigers over here. You got the elephants over here. Everybody's happy. The water hole is big. Everybody's living in peace and harmony because there's lots of water. And then the summer starts coming and that water hole starts drying up into a puddle of mud. There's like 4 alligators in it. There's an elephant trying to step over there. All the wildebeest are dying. They're trying to find some water and some roots somewhere. The lions and tigers hardly can chase anything anymore because they're all beat to shit and drinking mud and lapping up some mud water. That's what we're at right now. You guys are all a bunch of bitch ass freaking African beasts sucking out of the same mud hole. That's what you're doing. So all of you critics in the chat room, just keep sucking mud. All right. The rain will come and you'll be all happy again. And you can, go and do your thing and quit blaming everybody else for your woes. Now, that said, this channel, Discourse Syndicate, which only has me on it anymore, used to have like 7 different people, 7 different shows, a whole bunch of different shows, maybe even more than that. But I think it's just me now, which is fine. That's how it started. I guess that's how it'll end up ending one day if I choose to walk away. And it's not going to be any of you that make me do that. So shut the fuck up. I'm going to always and have always given everybody a voice here. Discourse Syndicate is the name of the channel. That means everybody gets a chance to come in here and talk. Everybody. Whether we wanted the Bitcoiners to come in. We wanted the people that hated Hex to come and join in. But that's not what happened. They wouldn't come. They were too chicken shit to come and debate us, to come and try and prove us wrong. They were. So it just became kind of like a love fest of Hexicans and all of us getting together. So for some reason, everybody thought that that's all this channel should be talking about is Hex and how bitching and cool it is to stake 555 and all that stuff. You know, why would you let somebody else come on here, RG, and talk about anything else? They're just extracting value from the community. No, they're not. They're doing their thing, man. And if you have enough faith in that thing, or you're greedy enough, you put your money into it. And if you're greedy, then you deserve what you're getting, whether you win or lose, because that's what you're doing. You're fucking flipping the coin. You're rolling the dice. You're pulling another card. And if that's what you're doing, and you're complaining about me talking to the people that are doing it to you, letting you see who they are, fuck you. Fuck you. I give everybody a voice here. Even you assholes in the chat room that think you're smarter than me. Because you're not. Because I won. I beat all of you guys. The old guy that doesn't know shit beat every fucking one of you. Because guess what? I'm fine. I'm retired. I'm done. I don't have to be here. But I am. Because of those of you that I care about. Those of you that care enough to tell me, thank you, RG, for this. Thank you, RG, for that. Thank you. But my detractors and those of you who don't like me bringing other people on this show, you guys need to go find out what's really wrong with yourselves, because it's not me and it's not the people that are coming in here. Because here's my disclaimer. These people are here doing their thing. If you want to invest in their thing, that's fine. I'm not shilling anything. Nobody's paid me to shill anything. If I think that the project is shady, if I think that the people aren't on the up and up, I don't talk to them. And you'll see that. Go look at the whole history of this show. The people that have come on here, they may have made mistakes, or they may have done things that made their projects fail or not succeed, or they launched in a bear and it's still a bear, that kind of stuff. That's not, there's nothing wrong with, not being accurate or even failing. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what people are allowed to do. And if you invested in that, sorry on you. That was you that did that, not them. You trusted somebody that wasn't accurate. That's your fault. It really boggles my mind. This crypto community is so libertarian, so fucking self-reliant all the time. So, freedom and leave us alone and no government and blah, blah. But when it comes down to it, you guys are all a bunch, not all of you, but some of you are some little ass bitches that can't take accountability and responsibility for your damn selves, because you lose every once in a while. So you want to blame everybody else but yourself. Well, remember, every time you point a finger, there's 3 more pointing back at you, motherfuckers. So think about that. All right. Now, with that being said, none of this is financial advice. None of this is me shilling anything from anybody else. But here's what I will tell you about the people that I know in this community and meet. And, I'm working with devs here and working with devs there. And there's a lot of these devs that are crossing over from Richard's projects and all the other projects that are out there. Some of them are successful. Some of them aren't. They're all doing work in the background, trying to make things happen and trying to bring value to the PulseChain. Now, I've run into a lot of these folks. In fact, I've traveled the world and met with a lot of them in back rooms. Multi-millionaires, people that are even close to worth being $1 billion, turtles, shells, whales, sharks, dolphins, you name it, all of them. People that have projects, people that don't. And I'll tell you what, the one thing that is important to me is people's character, why they're here, what they're looking for, And the guy that I'm going to bring up right now has not only proven to me that he's valuable in this community and on the Pulse chain, but he has good intentions. He's working hard. He's overcome obstacles, and he's become a good friend. And I got to remember not to call him by his first name, but I'm going to bring up my friend, somebody that I trust, and I want to talk to about what he's doing on the Pulse chain. Everybody, PulseRay Vision, what's going on? Or are we just calling you PulseRay now?
Hey kids, no, you can call me PulseRay. I actually shortened it to try to get my Telegram under my name when I was on streaming, because I was always putting that out in the chat over and over. So PulseRay, you can call me by my first name too. You can dox me. I'm Max. There's actually like 15 Maxes in the PulseChain community, and then 45 Mats with a T. So like everyone, if you just say Matt or Max at any event, 3 people will turn around. There's a lot of us. I don't know how we all got concentrated in this community, but that introduction, like I'm over here like trying not to choke up, and I'm like, just stay cool, man. Just bring me on stage.
No, bro, but you know what? I just want to, the one thing, I'm fucking tired of people faking the funk, man. I'm just so tired of it, and then the one guy that hasn't been faking the funk on everybody, they come at, and it's like, bitch, please, like, I'm still here. I never left. When all the other fair-weathered Hexicans went and hid and pissed themselves in their corner in a fetal position, I stayed here and took all your shit and dealt with all your stupid fucking weirdo communities with your fucking psychotic fucking leaders and all the other bullshit you guys have. And I stayed here. You know why? Because you're all harmless. You're really just a bunch of little harmless bitches, those of you who are detractors. So, I'm just tired of it. I want people to be real, because we have a real thing here. And it's going to take real people to bring real technology to the forefront, because things are about to change in crypto, man. I mean, when you've got presidential candidates showing up at conventions, when you've got both parties going, no, I'm for crypto. No, I'm for crypto. No, I'm for crypto. When they used to just be like, shh, don't talk about crypto. Election's coming. Don't talk about crypto. When you got that shit going on in the real world community versus the little crypto community, you got something going. You got everybody jeeting in right now with BlackRock and all that. So there's some shit about to happen. And, it's guys like you, bro, that are, got things going on that you may be sitting at the prefaces of greatness when this thing really unloads and we do get a big percentage of the population coming into crypto and coming in to use things like PulseChain when they're looking for real DeFi,
Yeah, as you were talking about faking the funk, it really made me think about all the rabbit holes I've been into, financially speaking. And you've been there too. You've been to like real estate conferences and all sorts of like business making adventures, and you've studied stuff like stocks and trading and gold and silver. And at the end of all those rabbit holes was a dude just full of bullshit with his hand out trying to take your money. And crypto is the first place where, yeah, you got people there that are full of bullshit trying to take your money, but you also have a handful of people that actually care about you and actually want to see you succeed. And the barrier to entry for crypto is knowledge. The barrier to entry for these other places is a ton of money, right? At least that's been my experience. I don't know. What do you think about that? I like how quiet he is, because he's thinking of people right now in his head. we're like, well, if you give me $100,000, I'll let you in my mastermind group, and we'll put you in on this next yacht deal. Like you're picturing 3 or 4 dudes in your head right now who told you shit like that. Am I right?
So, look, I've been approached by everybody in this community, and I think that most people in this community, like I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, like, you know, the people that reach out to me, about 75% of them are on the up and up and trying to do good things and really trying to do things. About, I don't know, 10, 15% of them really want to do something, but they really aren't capable. They really won't be able to financially pull it off or mentally pull it off, or their idea is kind of fucking stupid. Sorry, but some of you guys come to me with some shit that just fucking blows my mind, man. And I'm nice to all of you. I won't say, like, if you took that shit to Richard, he'd say, what the fuck's the matter with you? You know, but I'm a little nicer than that. And I listen, but some of you guys, man, oof. And then there's another 10% that's just straight out assholes that want to screw you over, that come to me with some shady ass shit. And they come and go. Those people come in and go. And either they come in and do something wrong and go, or they come in and they don't pull their plan off and they leave. You know, I've seen a lot of those guys, you know, come in, you can see they're shady, you can see they're trying to pull off something, and then it doesn't come to fruition. So they bail, you know, and then they're off and gone and doing some other network marketing deal somewhere else or something, you know? And, so, I mean, I've seen it all. But I think the 75% of this community that's working, that's trying to get things done, is really trying to put, you know, some good products to market, good ideas to market, bringing good things to the PulseChain, necessary things. You know, the rest are either inept or faking the funk. But, you know, I don't think that of you, and I don't think that of the things that you're doing. I think that you're trying to put in good work. I know you're a good man, and you're trying to bring value and things to the PulseChain that makes sense and you know, can move DeFi forward. So that's, you know, that's what people I like to talk to. I want people who are actually making the needle move. And look. Nobody's making the needle move and the candles go green right now. It's just, you know, any project with enough hype behind it and enough community behind it is going to move up, but then it's going to dump. We all know that. We've seen it time and time again. And it's not those people's fault. It's just that people are trying to make some money right now. They're looking for that water in that mud hole, right?
Yeah, like this last few years has humbled the shit out of all of us. Like people that thought that they were going to sacrifice at the end of the last wave and in 6 months be blessed with riches beyond their, you know, imagination. They all got wrecked. Like everyone, like you say the word sacrifice, you say the word mining, you say the word ICO, pre-sale, and people like just punch you straight in the nose. They're like, shut your damn mouth. You shut your mouth right now, because everyone is weary. Everyone's battle weary from like putting up with the bullshit from the SEC or putting up with, just all the ruggers. Like people.
But you say those words 2.5 years ago, and their buttholes tingled. They were like, ooh.
Yeah, they're like, sacrifice, take my money.
Oh, here.
And then you say sacrifice, and they're like, get the hell out of my house. Don't ever talk to me again. So it's changed. Things have changed. It's a different environment we're in. The vibe is a little different. But the truth is, I've been trying to launch this stuff for years. For years, I would see the whales and hex that were taking advantage of, you know, the t-share rate. So they'd just be pumping and dumping 30, 60, 90, just behemoth stakes, right? And eventually we saw the OA mimic that behavior without the dumping, because it was trying to like alleviate the damage that these whales were doing. Because the whales, they don't give a shit what the price of hex is, because they're getting another boatload of hex in the next 30 days. So whatever the price is, boom, dump it. And I was like, when Maximus DAO came out and gave us a chance to really join a real super stake, that really blew my mind, because I thought, okay, someone not only like I sit here and bitch about the problem, and then these guys went and coded a solution. And at that point, like I kind of had to quit bitching about some of the stuff I was bitching about, unless I was doing something about it or offering a solution or helping someone who's offering a solution, you know? And yeah, I mean, Dipcatcher, Gold Key, Alex, a bunch of really cool, smart people, RG3 included. I would come to them with these ideas of like, this is how we can close a circle. This is how we can keep the air in the balloon. And they'd be all, it won't work because of this. And they're right. They're right. 100 horrible ideas came out of my mouth and into the ears of very smart hexagons and pulsicans. And over years, I'd find one thing that they're like, oh, no, that's actually a really good idea. You should keep that. And I just kept collecting these ideas. And the same way that, you know, Steve Jobs was a visionary, but he didn't invent the iPhone. He just envisioned it and then said, I want you guys to take these apps and features, stick them inside of a phone, put a touch screen on it. And the iPhone was born. And, you know, Samsung copied a lot of that stuff. But in that's kind of where I see myself, as I see all these 8 or 9 things that I'm like, this would be so cool if a crypto had these features jammed into it. And eventually it took me 3 years or 2 years since I started the process to find a group of devs that are like, we can do that. And they did. We're about 13 smart contracts into this project. And the second batch are about to get audited. And I mean, they really brought this vision to life, this team that we found. And yeah, I think it's just been really serendipitous timing, you know, things that I really, really, really wanted to launch a year ago. Had I launched a year ago, my chart would be murder just like everyone else. It doesn't matter how good your project was. It doesn't matter any of that stuff. In the last year, you were getting murdered because of the chilling effect of the SEC and because of Bitcoin having its premature ejaculation after the ETF. And just like everything was just people were just throwing wrenches into the motors of everything that we were used to, like timing and all the rhythms we were used to going with. Everything just got jacked up in the last few years. And so it's a blessing that I didn't get my way a year ago and launch a year ago, because right now is just much better timing. We definitely feel like the bottom of a lot of things bouncing, and there's a lot of good news on the horizon. And like you said, 4 years ago, Bitcoin was a side note. Like it was this little clip where it's like, Donald Trump, what do you think about Bitcoin? Or so-and-so, what do you think about Bitcoin? And they would just say something, and it would affect the crypto community a ton, but no one else gave a shit.
Yeah, no one cared.
And then this last few years, BlackRock, Fidelity, those homies, they put like 20 or 40 billion dollars into their websites so they could steal grandma and grandpa's retirement fund through fees as they moved all their money from 401k and mutual funds into safe, solid assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah.
Right. And now it's a main talking point. Now it's a presidential topic. It's an election topic that people are talking about is, what is Bitcoin? Do we need a strategic reserve? Is it going to back up the CBDC? What's going to back up the CBDC? Right? Like this, there's a reason this stuff is coming to fruition now. And I think that we're in the right place at the right time.
I think so too. And you know, and I was talking to my producer SJ about this I think it was yesterday. Like,
shout out to SJ.
Yeah, shout out to SJ, the positivity princess of Hexaco. We were talking about, you know, like Richard's intuition and some of the stuff that he's pulled off, and you know, and I mean, I seen it all. Like, you know, it was one thing. The magic of watching him call the top of Bitcoin in 17 was like, I mean, that's what intrigued me about Richard. And that's what made me even take a second. First I was pissed, you know, because I was like, fuck is this guy? Fuck him, you know, unfollow. I fucking subscribe my ass. I'm unsubscribing to this bitch. And then, you know, a day later, like, hey, dummy, that guy called the top. Like, hey, he called the top, dude. Yeah, but he's dick. Fuck him, you know? And it's like, no, you're not listening to me, asshole. He called the top. And that's when I was like, shit, man, that guy's freaking smart. He's got something going on. Either he's making the top or he called the top. Whatever it is, I want to know or both. I want to know what's going on. and and that's when I started digging into, who was RH and what was he doing, and then watching him, the moves that he made during the beginning of Hex, and the just how everything came about, it was amazing to see and watch and see how, and now looking back at it though, going, oh, okay, he understood liquidity. He understood what a DEX could do for what he was building. He understood all these things. Now, maybe he had some insight on it. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist on how much Richard Hart knows, but I know he's a tactician. I know that his strategies and his tactics align with the crypto movements. And he's somebody that if you're in this game, you want to either hook your buggy to him or play with, what it is that he's got going on. And so we were talking about all of these moves he's made, and it's like watching everything now, like the halvening, how long the halvening's gone in, this kind of fake Bitcoin, faking the funk itself and running to 70K. And then now just kind of jiggle. And then looking at the fall coming in December and, what 2025 is supposed to be, and seeing everything line up, watching Richard's court date in October, watching him sitting there with murderers row for lawyers and the SEC having a weak ass case, watching the political spectrum go, oh, well, maybe crypto ain't so bad after all, and just going, oh my God, did he see all this shit too? Did he really align himself? I mean, when you look at how he got in trouble with the SEC or why there's even a case, you go, for such a smart guy and all the shit that he's done, that sure was dumb of him to do the shit he did. To shake his ass in the camera with Gucci on and buy the world's biggest diamond and go, look what I did with your money, or you think it's your money, come get me, SEC. It's for him to do that and then be sitting where he's at right now with a team of lawyers that are like teeing up like human rights through crypto to be put on, in the public eye on a court case, is like super freaking tactical genius or lucky as fuck. Because he's sitting in a position right now that he could literally through litigation bring some serious questions up to the world about crypto and its rights, because he's been screaming about these human rights that crypto and blockchain offers us, and with, the alignment of the political structure and where everything is right now, he's really positioned himself well to really help the crypto cause, not just to win his case. I'm not talking about, I think his case is like, that thing is so full of holes and such bullshit. I don't even think that's why they're going to court, to be honest. I think that there's an argument to be made here, and there's a public argument to be made here, and there's questions that are going to be brought up that's going to make the world and the political sphere look at it and go, hey, these guys are right. These are basic human rights. These are our rights to have this blockchain technology and crypto and decentralized finance and yada, yada, yada. And I mean, and Gary Gensler's almost put out the door, So there's really no opposition to what it is that Richard has laid out. And we were talking about that the other day about how freaking amazing his timing is, or how freaking lucky he is, or what a brilliant tactician he is.
Yeah, it's that word serendipitous comes to mind, right? Like things that are meant to be, without getting too like hippie and woo woo. It's like when something's supposed to happen, it happens, right? Like there's part of this, whatever you want to call this experience, life, a matrix, a dream, a video game, a simulation. There's just little cracks and little winks every once in a while from the universe. It's like, did you see what I did there? You see what I did there? And it feels like crypto's full of a lot of these little, cosmic winks, just like what you just played out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be really cool to watch it play out and be part of it and be in the front of it, because the whole crypto world has called us crazy we're unhinged, we're crazy, we're the misfits. And, like I said in the movie, the misfits are usually the ones that change the world, and I think that, that's what we're looking at right now. We're going to be the ones that are standing on the right side of history when all this plays out, and they're like, oh, them fucking crazy crypto guys, look at what they did. Look at what they went and gone and did. I think it's the closest thing to certified freedom that we can get is, having these blockchain freedoms that Richard has laid out, and it is going to be neat to see how it turns out. So
yeah.
And now let's talk about what you're doing. Let's give everybody a little bit of like the 5-minute elevator pitch on what you're doing so that we can kind of dig into a little bit. I can ask some questions.
Yeah. Let me see if I can.
I know you're not here to shill your thing, but I know you want to talk about what you're doing.
I've been trying to learn how to explain my thing to people in English because us crypto bros start talking about decorrelated asset, blah, 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 and people are just like, they glaze over. They're like, what are you talking about? Like, why don't you read me a dishwasher manual while you're at it, asshole? Nobody knows what you're talking about. And us crypto bros, we've been in it so long, and all we do is talk to crypto bros, so we don't speak English anymore. And so I'm trying to learn the English language again so that I can explain what I would love to bring people into this game and into this world that we're creating. And it's something that we built with a lot of passion. But I've got 3 or 4 slides that will probably open a lot of questions because they're not well done. And I'm going to open with these slides and we'll just go from there. How's that sound? And then if you want to check out the old website,
we'll put a slide up
here. And it's going to screen. It always freezes my screen, but that's okay. Okay. So this is the slideshow that I've been working on. You too can be a crypto founder. It does not take the ability to use a computer that well. We'll just say. All right, let me unfreeze my little camera there. There we go. Okay, so agproject.xyz. Now 3 or 4 of these slides are just like a sentence, and I'm still going to take credit for them. But we've got, the Antigravity project. What is the Antigravity project? That's our little cute logo on our website. Hang on one second while I shut the door.
Yapper dog. Is that Dev Talk? That Dev Talk.
Yeah, those are the little yapper dogs. They're the worst alarm system on earth. Like by the time someone gets in the house to kill or rape us, they're like, they never pay attention. So we got here's our website and our logo, which is worthy of its own slide. And then we'll scroll down here. It says dark matter token will be the most scarce token in the universe. And that's a pretty bold statement to make, but we can go into why that is later. But that's what we did, is we focused on scarcity, because when I looked at all the stuff that was going on in Hex with the whales and the dumping, and I kept thinking, and the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin and how it pulls stuff up and drags it down, pulls it up, drags it down. I thought, how do we close a circle around this? How do we keep the air in the balloon? And how do we squeeze the balloon to create as much economic energy as possible? Which is kind of like, it's really parallel thinking along what you guys are doing with GIF and GiffTEC and Pulsar. You're saying, how do we not only keep the air in the balloon, but how do we pressurize it so much that it changes states from a gas to a liquid, right? And then we can use it as fuel to go to the moon, just like liquid oxygen, baby. So I'll move on to the next slide. So with this one, we have a total supply of 1 million tokens of dark matter tokens. And you can use each one of those tokens to mint one of our anti-gravity NFTs. Are you guys still hearing the dogs? Because I will sell them on eBay.
They're barking back there, but they're not bothering too much. So you have this dark matter token. You're going to have 1 million of them. Yeah, obviously you haven't said how you're going to distribute those, and they're going to mint 1-to-1 with this NFT. So the anti-gravity token that mints an NFT, what happens to that token afterwards?
So that token, actually, that's in a slide coming up here really quick. I'll just skip to that one right here. So when you mint an NFT with your dark matter, it gets split into 3 places. It gets split into a treasury, a lottery or a jackpot, and a tax. So 77% or the majority of that token goes into the treasury to pay out yield in the future. 20% of it goes to the lottery. And then 3% goes to tax to keep the lights on and to keep the developers happy.
Okay, so dark matter is a tax token that is mintable 1-to-1 to an NFT. 77% of it goes to a treasury. Explain that treasury. I mean, how that works. Is that a like an OA wallet, or how does that work? How does a treasury work?
Well, basically, if you guys are familiar with the What's a NFT, it works very, very similar to the What's a NFT. So if you're not familiar with the What's a NFT, and we have a picture of a pinata on the slide, as you can see above here, but the What's a NFT is a pinata that fills up with candy until you break it open. And when you break open that pinata to get the candy out, it no longer fills with candy. In fact, your share of the candy that was filling up your pinata goes to the other people that did not break their pinatas. And so it turns into this cool game of chicken where it's like, who's going to be the first to crack open their pinata to get the candy out? And we have a 105-day cycle. And at the end of every 105 days, the treasury pays out to each one of those pinatas or NFTs. So that's how the treasury works.
Okay, gotcha. And okay, so like a Watsa, so everybody has their pinatas or their own little treasuries, and their treasuries are growing based on who's digging theirs out and how much of the bonuses are coming in. Okay,
correct.
So 20% goes to a jackpot. What does that mean?
So part of that 105-day cycle is a 90-day journey to the planet Saturn and back. It's a 90-day party where we get to hang out, and every 30 days there's a drawing for the lottery. So on day 30, 10% of the lottery is paid out to the winners. On day 60,
how are those winners determined?
That's just a random number generator that goes through all of the NFTs that were minted that cycle, and they're all put in that lottery. You're not eligible for the lottery if you don't mint for that cycle.
Is that number generation tool on chain, or is that
it's a smart contract that's being audited? So there's a smart contract just for the lottery,
the generator in it. Okay. And the okay, because I know there's been a lot of talk all over the place about these randomizers and whose randomizer is really a randomizer and what randomizer is best and who knows what really is randomly happening on this randomizer, so yeah. I want to bring those questions up because that's what people are going to ask. Well, wait a minute, it randomizes. Does PulseRay, is he the randomizer? And he goes, that one, and that's the question people are going to ask. So
well, and I didn't know about that before we did this either. Like, I thought that you could just choose any random number generator off the internet.
Oh no.
My devs are like, no, if you really truly want it to be a random thing, you have to build a logic in your code that says, okay, these guys have won, they're not eligible over here. Now we got to run these numbers. Okay, how many won? We got to pull them over here. I was like, oh shit. So they're like, if you don't do that, then random number generators can be hacked, and people will know ahead of time who the winners are before you even know.
And I literally just got out of a meeting about this, and it's like it is like the pariah or the Pandora's box or whatever of the devs in crypto is the randomizer, and what is a real randomizer, and do randomizers actually exist, or are they all capable of being cracked and figured out and all this stuff? So I know that those are big deals, and if your randomizer is in a smart contract, then obviously people are going to be able to look at those, and if you're having it audited, there's other people looking at it too. So I just want to bring that up so people, because I know that we're going to have the randomizer maxis coming in here asking about PulseRays, randomizer and, oh, is he really doing it? You know, so anyway, I just wanted to put that out there so you can explain that to folks. So when they start looking at it.
We love that stuff. We love people asking us questions like that because we don't, like I said, we're learning to speak English again. And we're also learning to talk to the crypto bros about what actually matters to them. Yeah. Right? Like, why should I get involved with this project? Why should I play this game? And that's really the question that you're answering over and over when you're communicating with people.
Right on.
So I appreciate that.
So now we know where the dark goes. Now let's talk about this NFT that got minted. So now we got this really bitching cool NFT that got minted. We know where the dark goes. Where's the dark? And okay, so now what do we get to do with this really cool nifty NFT that we just minted?
Well, there's 3 parts to the NFT. The first part, as you can see, is the copy of our book, Rings of Dust. So that's the very first piece of art that's going to be used for our first NFT that we mint. Everyone is going to get the exact same image, just like when you're printing Michael Jordan.
Is it going to have the actual book in it? Like you'll be able to?
Nope. It's just a JPEG of the cover to let people know that this is where all the art's going to come from. And there's 33 NFTs or 33 journeys. And so we want to open this up to the community and get the art from the community for the other 32 journeys, if possible. We have enough art to get through the first couple of years if we have to. But the truth is we want the community to have their thumbprint on as much of this project as possible so that they feel like they're really part of it and that they own it.
Okay.
So first you have the JPEG, which we're all fans of JPEGs, right? And then you've got the pinata, or like
There's
I said,
people out there that love the JPEG. They are like all over the JPEG. They love being.
Look at my JPEG is the JPEG of a monkey with a cigarette in its mouth, and it's like that's great. Good for you. This is another like piece of art behind me. This is BitBoy Leroy, the 6-limbed bionic chimpanzee with mantis blades that come out of his arms.
Nice.
And this is a possible other NFT or something that may be used in art, but I digress. We go back to the pinata. So the pinata, like I said, the pinata fills up with candy until you smash it.
Now this is the same pinata that we talked about earlier, right?
This is like the NFT.
Okay.
This is the yield. The treasury from the yield gets paid out just like a pinata that you got to bust open to get to the candy inside.
Yeah, so that's actually the NFT that represents the Watsa treasury.
Yeah, it's just a symbol right now. That's not going to show up on the NFTs. It's just like letting people know that that's part of what the NFT does. And then the last thing that the NFT does is it has a lottery ticket, which is why I got the little ticket sitting there. Because like I said, if you mint for that journey, you're eligible for those 3 drawings, and those 3 drawings get exponentially bigger with each drawing. So the first month, you're going to get small drawings. The second month, you're going to get medium drawings. And then the third month of day 90, you're going to get the biggest jackpots paid out of all. And that's also the date that the pinata fills with candy is on day 90 of that journey.
Okay. So we missed one thing that I asked in the beginning, and I think we went over this twice, actually, what everything is. So when we mint the NFT, the dark does what? Does it go to a burn address or does it go to a 0 address? What does it do?
It fills up the treasury and the lottery and pays a tax.
Right. So yeah, so 77% goes to the treasury, right?
Treasury.
Gotcha. Okay. That's right. 77% treasury, and then the others go to the lottery and the gotcha. All right. There. Now I got it.
You're good. And now here's something about the lottery that I didn't mention before. The lottery does not go inside the pinata. The lottery is taped to the outside of the pinata. Gotcha. So if you win the lottery, you can harvest and take those winnings if you win the lottery and dump them on the market. You can mint in the next journey. You can provide liquidity. You can hoard them for a rainy day. You can try trading the price chart. Whatever you want to do, those tokens are yours.
Those are dark. Those will be dark tokens, obviously.
Those will be the dark matter tokens. Yep. Gotcha. So those will be dark matter tokens. And another thing you can do, which I think I might do if I won the lottery, was I would leave them taped to the NFT. And now the NFT has an even greater cash value
Oh,
than the
so
ones
it's
with just candy inside.
so it's kind of a top up on it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can leave it there and sell it for more money than the other NFTs in that series because it has extra cash value.
It's got jewelry.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Now, you were asking where's the million? Let's go into where the million tokens go. So who gets the 1 million dark tokens when these are launched and issued? 650,000 or 65% of them are going to an evil address. This evil address is out to hurt you. This evil address is out to compete with you for NFTs and for dark matter. This thing is going to compete with you to remove as many of our tokens off the market as possible.
Okay.
And it's also going to compete with you in the lotteries as well. So we'll have to see in the future if there's a remedy to that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But there's a lot of evil, bad things happening with the evil address. It has an unfair advantage going into this, 65%. 24% is going into a mystery box, and that's just what it says. It's a mystery box. I'm not going to tell you guys what's going on with those tokens. You'll just have to wait and see or guess. And then you have 100,000 of the tokens, or 10% of the tokens, that are actually hitting the market. And those are going to be issued to the people that participated in the wish well that we ran for 99 days. It's over now. And for the people that are mining currently. So we're currently in the mining era where you can mine with a whole bunch of tokens from Pulse and Base Network right now. And then just recently, as we were reaching out to friends of the audience like you and Adam from Vibra Finance that I was just on with, we're reaching out to these guys and we're like, hey, you guys were so kind and generous with allowing us to use your platform to spread this information and this message that we want to do an airdrop for your communities. So besides mining, which is a way to get some points and get some dark matter tokens, you guys can submit your wallet address to RG3, and RG3 has been kind enough to be willing to go through and vet these addresses to, to accounts and people that he recognizes from the community, and send those over to us for that airdrop of 10,000 of the tokens that are going to be airdropped.
Oh, okay. All right.
But you said okay, like you didn't know that you were going to vet these.
No, I remember you said,
you
said, hey, we can do this, we can do that. I was like, yeah, come on the show, and I mean, we if you want to give away free tokens to people, by all means, hey, people, DM SJ with your actual address, a clean wallet address, and we'll get you sent over to get some free PulseRay. Look, it's always good to take free tokens. There's nothing. Wow. You got to be careful who you get those tokens from. That's for sure. You need to, I remember when the Hexagons got the airdrop for Uniswap, Richard was like, get your free tokens, guys. Here they come. You're going to get some airdrops. The Hexagons are going to start, racking it up. And then, oh my gosh, then it was the, what happened? It was the everything was going to airdrop. Do you remember that period where people were out there like, oh, hey, MetaMask is going to airdrop tokens to everybody as long as you have, this many transactions. Go run, everybody. And then people were running, making transactions, and
they were just spamming the Ethereum network.
And they were all trying to get airdrops.
For a while there, like collecting airdrops was a part-time job. Like you could spend 20 or 30 hours a week just watching streams and following people on Twitter and Telegram and being like, where's the airdrops? And there were entire channels dedicated to airdrops back in the day. Like people forget.
Yeah.
And most people that got that Uniswap airdrop is worth about $2,000. So all my friends and my family that I got into crypto and walked them through using Uniswap, they all had this airdrop, and we dumped it and bought them, $2,000 worth of hex.
Yep.
So
I was providing liquidity, and we got a ton for providing liquidity and making all the transactions we made. It was like per wallet. So every wallet that we had, you got the airdrop, and it ended up being significant, really significant. And, and then all of us dumped it and bought hex. We all dumped it and bought hex. It was cool.
They were like, here's my 555 stake.
Boom. Yeah. So that was cool. So, hey, of course, anybody who make a fresh, clean wallet, and
practice good hygiene. Get
your free air. Always practice good hygiene. Always know where you're putting your thing in, or make sure that you wrap your thing. Get a clean wallet, and always get a free airdrop on a clean wallet, and watch what it does. So right on, man. No, thank you for that. I think that's cool. We'll get a couple of people, get you addresses, and just get those to me. And within the next, when are you going to do that, or when do you want me to have it by? I'll put a time frame on it, so that way,
if
SK doesn't keep getting inundated with addresses and stuff, because this is all recorded.
I would say I'll give you. Well, you can give whatever your audience any time period you want, but we probably need that list in within 2 weeks.
1 week. You got till Friday, guys, to get SJ your wallet, and she will Friday. What is the date on Friday? The date is the 2nd.
It's going to be in August.
Will that be August 2nd?
Yeah, I believe so.
2nd, by the effing on August 2nd, and SJ will send that over to PulseRay, and you guys will get 10,000 free dark matters. Very cool.
Well, it's 10,000 split amongst all the airdroppers.
Okay, 10,000.
Because remember, we only have 1 million of these tokens. These tokens are going to be a lot more like Bitcoin's pricing structure and a lot less like Zen's pricing structure. I'll just say that. Or Doge's pricing structure.
Okay. Yeah, and put a buy and burn on that, huh?
Yeah.
So right on. No, well, I'm glad that you're out there, making things happen. And like I said, I've always appreciated you as a human being, and I know you mean good, just because I know who you are as a person. And I know that you've been through, we've all of us who've been out here trying to build anything, Richard included. We all know what it's like dealing in crypto and devs and what happens out there. And, it's just, it's tough. It is a tough world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me unfreeze my screen here really quick. And
crypto is hard.
Really quick.
Or programming
is really hard.
Coding is hard. And I mean, even just to get done by the people that know what they're doing. I mean, obviously I don't code, but I've dealt with the people doing it, and it is difficult.
Right. So this is part of the reason why it took us 99 days in the wish well instead of a month. We just wanted 1 month of the wish well to let people throw some money in and get some points and some credit. And it ended up being 99 days because we were getting our devs to put up this website that I've got in the screen share, if you want to throw that up there. And this has the countdown to each one of the mining phases. So you got 4 days left of 33x. You got 2 days left of 22x. 10 days of 22x and 10 days of 11x. So 24, 25 days total before we go from mining into claiming. And then we're going to go into the minting era where you guys are going to rank up and get your points by minting the NFTs. That's going to be the behavior that we're going to incentivize once we launch.
Sweet.
But, yeah, this has this. It's got our leaderboard on it right here. I have a little baby wallet connected that's number 100. And oh my gosh, this wallet was number 107 when I started streaming today. And now it's already been kicked down 4 spots, but it's only got a couple points in it right now for the claim. But this shows you where people stand in the ranking system. We've got some little blurbs, some validation from the community and who said what about us. And then right now you get this cute little NFT that gets printed when you mine. And this will keep track of all your points leading into the claim phase. This is not the NFT that we spoke about before, but this is a live NFT that shows up. And then it just, goes from there. But there's that. And then if you click on the mining page, these are the coins that we're accepting right now on PulseChain. quite a list of them that's been growing. Anything that's basically got good V2 liquidity and a solid community, we've been adding up to here. And as you see, you a 33 bonus on this one right here. It says 66 because this little engine got like 1 or 2 points in the mining, or sorry, the Wishwell era. So our day ones that were in Wishwell get a 2x multiplier. And if you guys do mining and do minting later, you're going to get a multiplier as well. So the longer you've been here, the higher the bonuses get.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Thank you. Thank you. We're really proud of this site. As you can see, if you go back to the first one, if you look at the planet Saturn in the background, when you start scrolling, the son of a bitch comes at you and kind of says hello, like a whale in the ocean. And then it just kind of fades back and forward. I don't know. There's a lot of beautiful things about this site. If you guys want to go take a look at it, and we're really proud of our dev team for putting it together. So yeah, thanks for letting me share that.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. It's funny how, you know, like all of you guys that make these websites. I mean, to me, I love art. Don't get me wrong, but it's like you guys are like on one end, you guys are like putting together all this freaking brilliant mathematics and everything, and this functionality and this, you know, crypto dev stuff. But on the other hand, like, look how cool it is when Saturn comes at your face, right? And it's like, you guys are fucking, you guys trip me out, man. Like on one end, you're like super nerds, and on the other end, you're like freaking, you got art fluff coming out your asses. And it's like, wow, look at these guys.
We've got a really, really intense team, like a very diverse team. It's a lot of fun working with these guys.
Yeah, it's the same with, you know, the GIF guys that I work with. You know, on their project, they're very into their gaming and stuff because of Kool-Aid, and they're just, you know, one side to this freaking their nose to the grindstone, you know, dev team, make utility tokens and you know what they're doing, and on the other end they're like, we want to build this bitchin' cool ass game with gangsters and Pulse Mafia and this and that and the other. You know, they're doing both things, and it's a really cool contrast to see.
It's like having a graffiti artist and Rain Man had a baby. You know, you got like that punk, crazy artistic side, and then you got that pure autism that you need to code this shit, right? Yeah. It's such a cool mix of people, and sometimes it's the same dude that's got both sides, the autism and then the savant and the artist, you know, the musician inside of him.
Yeah, it's cool. It's kind of like Burning Man, right? Like all of the, you got a little bit of everything out there, you know. I can't wait to go to that too. By the way, it's coming soon. Anyway, anything else you want to leave us before we get done here? We're at our hour, and I try and keep this one short and sweet.
Yeah, let me throw one more thing at you guys that Jonathan Kampala shared down here, which is the dark paper. It still says light paper. We need to change it, but it's the dark paper. And this one right here has our roadmap on it. So you've got the Wishwell phase, which is over. We have the code finish, which is over. We've got the audit that's going on right now in number 3. And then we've got the public test net that we'll be doing. And we're doing the mining. So we're doing 5 ahead of 4. But we will be doing a public test net for bug bounties before we go live. And then, of course, we got the claiming coming in about 25 days. And then, boom, token issuance going live. And this is available on the website as well. So this is the light paper that goes into the tokenomics and everything like this. But yeah, it tells you about the evil address and the rapture and the collective, which is the little group that we call ourselves. And yeah, so check this out. If you guys, it's up in the corner under about. There's the dark paper and there's the darker paper for even more math and tables for the, you know, those nerds that just love numbers and they love formulas. So yeah, thanks for letting me throw that up there.
Yeah, no problem, man. And you know, where'd you go now? It's just the.
I'm coming back. I just tried to unscreen my camera.
So I'm gonna so we're gonna close out, but I'm gonna say this now, like guys, I want to say this to you all. You know, I shill Hex. I tell people that I know that Hex is the GOAT, and Hex is the thing that I know is safe. This man here is my personal friend. He's also somebody I think that's doing good work in the community. He's somebody that I trust, and I don't think is going to do any harm to anybody. However, I want everybody to understand something. I am not shilling this project. I'm not telling you to go out and buy this project. I'm not telling you to go out and trust your wealth, your value, or anything with what's going on here. But I'm telling you that, you know, there are projects on PulseChain that are out there, and there are people out there trying to do good things and make PulseChain a real blockchain that has functionality on it. And that's what these guys are doing. And I think that, you know, my friend PulseRay here is doing the good work and trying to make things happen. So everybody invest and do things at your own risk, because it's you that are responsible for yourself and your investments and the things that you follow and get involved in. And it's on you, not on me or even PulseRay. You know, if he fails, he fails. And if you're involved in it, you fell with him. And but on the other hand, if he succeeds, then you were in at the ground floor with somebody who's making good things happen on PulseChain. And if you believe in PulseChain and you believe in the people that are working on it, then you know that's what you're putting your value into, is my guess. So with that, I want to say thanks for coming, buddy. Appreciate you, and you know, we'll catch each other real soon. And good luck on everything.
Yes, thank you so much for having me here. Thanks to your community for joining us and being part of this journey. I appreciate you guys so much. And special shout out to SJ for producing and getting all this stuff working in the back end. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's making she gets all the hard work done. All right, my man. Take care. Thanks for coming. I'll throw you in the green room. We'll catch you guys later. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks for coming. We'll see you on a Friday night hangout. We're gonna have a good one this Friday. Things are changing. We're getting bull fevers coming. Why is Hex better than Bitcoin? Well, first of all, it's the fundamentals of the code. The fundamentals of the code are better than Bitcoin's fundamentals. The inflation model is better than Bitcoin's inflation model. The staking feature is better than a mining feature. It's new tech versus old tech. It's decentralized versus centralized. Yes, all of those things